morning, everyone. My name is Amy Gill, your pharmacist that cares. So today it is National Wine Day. So I thought I would talk about some of the benefits of red wine, the health benefits, and also talk about some things if you go beyond the moderation, right? Because we talk about moderation with everything and how important that is. And that includes the health benefits of wine in moderation. If you do too much, there's going to be a lot of risks and harmful things to your body. So I'm sure everybody has heard of this, right? This is something that has been going on for years. It's kind of controversial. There's some studies that say this is great, other ones that are kind of inconclusive, but let's just kind of break everything down and I will tell you what they have found. So there are antioxidants in red wine, and those antioxidants can actually help prevent coronary disease, which is going to decrease the risk and number of heart attacks. So that's a great thing, right? But again, all these things I'm talking about, this is going to be with drinking red wine in moderation. So the antioxidants that are in there, they will actually increase your HDL. So your HDL is also known as your good cholesterol. So that is great because when you increase your good cholesterol, it kind of helps get rid of some of those negative things. In pharmacy school, the higher the number, you could actually do a calculation and it really decreased your risk of some negative things that you have going on. So that is great. We want to increase your HDL. That's huge. And by increasing your HDL, it actually protects against your cholesterol buildup. So again, that's great for your heart, right? Keeping it heart healthy. So, but again, if we do too much, we can have a lot of harmful benefits. So a glass of wine with dinner is great. A lot of people do that and that's fine. Have a glass of red wine with dinner, but not a bottle of red wine with dinner. So the antioxidants that I'm referring to in red wine are called polyphenols. So these will help protect the lining of the blood vessels in your heart. A very common one that a lot of you are probably familiar with is the resveratrol. So we've heard a lot about that. There's been this just a couple years ago, it was like explosive everywhere. You could get supplements. There were all these studies on this. So this is actually the one that most people will talk about. So what does the resveratrol do? It's going to decrease your LDL. That is known as your bad cholesterol. So that's a good thing, right? Because we want to increase your good cholesterol and decrease your bad cholesterol. So by doing this, it's going to help prevent damage to your blood vessels, and it may even prevent blood clots. That's awesome, right? And some studies have actually shown that it will lower the risk of inflammation and blood clotting. So that will lower the risk of heart disease. So other studies don't really show these benefits. So like I said, as for everything, you can always find one side and the other. So the resveratrol that I'm referring to, it actually comes from the skin of grapes that make wine. So red wine is fermented a lot longer with the skin on than white wine. So what does that mean? There's a higher concentration of the resveratrol in red wine versus white wine. So there is still some in white wine. So it's not that there's no benefits, but there's a lot higher concentration of the resveratrol in the red wine. Now you think, okay, well, this is coming from the skin of grapes. So can I get this benefit from eating grapes? You can. It's not going to be as high of concentration, but you can actually eating grapes, drinking grape juice. All those have sources of resveratrol, just not as much. Even peanuts, blueberries, and cranberries all contain some bit of resveratrol. So those are all good, healthy snacks, right? If you've never done it, just kind of as a total side note, freeze grapes. I don't know what it does to the resveratrol in the skin, but they are delicious. If you want a sweet snack, throw some grapes, wash them off, throw them in the freezer, and they are like, it's like candy. So anyway, total side note on grapes, but I highly suggest that is a great snack for anybody. So there are supplements that you can get with resveratrol. I'm sure you've seen those. Now that I'm talking about it on Facebook, I guarantee it's going to start popping up on your Facebook. Now these supplements, there's studies kind of going one way or another because the side effects are really unknown when it comes to the supplements. But what they do find is the absorption of the resveratrol from these supplements is not as high as it would be with the red wine. So, I mean, it's not that we really don't know the side effects. So If you're going to try something like that, please talk to your pharmacist and let's see what medications you're on and let's see what kind of risks we're going to do if you want to try one of those supplements or absolutely any other supplement. Because that's the thing when you're talking about supplements, depending on the quality of the supplement, the integrity of the company, we really don't know. And these can really have detrimental effects on your health and a lot of interactions with the current medications you are on. So don't start anything like that without talking to your doctor or your pharmacist. So let's kind of bring it all back together. So when I'm talking about moderation, I am talking about 1 glass of wine for a woman, age 21 and up, or 1 glass of wine for a man 65 and up. Now, those men that are 21 to 65, they can actually have 2 glasses of wine. And it usually it's because of their weight. That's a big thing with it as well. So if you are an exceptionally smaller frame, skinnier man, then maybe we're like the 1 glass of wine. But if you're an average size man, the 2 glasses between 21 and 65 years old. So that is moderation. Like I said, that is not a bottle of wine. So again, what are the benefits of moderation of a glass of red wine to get that resveratrol and those antioxidants? It's going to increase your HDL. Remember, that's your good cholesterol. That's what we want to do. It is going to decrease the possibility of formation of blood clots. Again, huge benefit, right? It is going to decrease your LDL. That is your bad cholesterol. So again, a good thing. And if we're decreasing your LDL, we are going to help prevent against artery damage. And this may improve the function of your cells that line your blood vessels as well. But with benefits, there's always the flip side, right? So there can always be things if you drink too much wine or alcohol in general. I don't think I need to go into a lot of these, but I think you guys know these. Of course, accidents, whether around the house, whether car accidents, very, very dangerous if you drink too much wine and decide to drive. Or like I said, even accidents can happen around the house. Certain types of cancer are increased with continued drinking alcohol to excess. Heart failure. So where it can help with heart disease in moderation, too much consistent alcohol over and over and over can actually increase the risk of heart failure. It can increase your blood pressure. All these things go together, right? Heart failure, increased blood pressure. Liver and pancreas disease are also increased with people that drink to excess consistently. The risk of stroke, and of course, weight gain, because these are all empty calories you are getting. So all those things can be if you are somebody that does this to excess. So moderation is the key. And it is really important that you do follow that. I know that, there's always going to be those occasions that, maybe you decide to have an extra glass or two, and that's fine. But on a consistent basis, if you want the benefits for you to be heart healthy, you need to do it in moderation with 1 to 2 glasses in the evening with dinner. So I hope this was helpful to kind of go through some of those things that they talk about when it comes to the benefits of red wine and how it can be heart healthy. I hope you have a wonderful day. My name is Amy Gill, your pharmacist that cares.